Second section is embargoed until tonight at 10:30 p.m. Neil.
Eric, there's been a bit of criticism over Bruno's captaincy. Not that I agree with it, but I'm saying there has been some from high-profile pundits, particularly when he was complaining about the penalty appeal. Do you back him? Do you understand his appeal? And is it just his passion for the club that we see?
Of course, I back him. And I think he has to also to make his point, and it's justified, and it was clear penalty. So I think also then you have to you can express it, but also don't get distracted from it. You have to keep focusing on your job.
And how have you found, since he took the armband permanently, how have you found him as your captain?
Yeah, last season when he did it as a replacer, he did already brilliant. And now as well, he's really an inspiration. He is an example for the team. He has the personality. So, yeah, I think he's a very good captain.
Samuel.
I understand you don't want to speak about Mason, but given that you can't play him now, do you feel that you're short in attack?
No. Because we have, when I count well, we have 7 front players. And we have also coming up young talents, as we have seen in the pre-season, who are getting close.
One of those players, Anthony, has struggled recently. There've been allegations against him that he's responded to. Is that a concern for the club? Is that an issue to deal with?
No, and the outcome in Brazil was clear. But he's doing a good pre-season. He's also scoring some goals. He is more often in the situations where he is a threat for the opponent, but not only a threat. He is in the key moments there where he should have been. Now we have to finish. In pre-season he scored 2 goals, also I think 1 assist. So yeah, I think he is in a good direction, and now he has to speed up, because for us good is not good enough. And don't get distracted. Focus on football and on performing.
James.
Eric, just following on from what Samuel said there, obviously the transfer window closes next Friday. Do you hope to get more reinforcements in before the window? And with Rasmus not yet available, and now the prospect of Greenwood not coming back is over, is a striker in your thoughts about a potential recruit before the window?
No, because with Rasmus will be available from next week on, and then we are with Rasmus, with Anthony Martial. We have covering, and also of course we have Ressi as well there. So we have enough players to cover, and quality players to cover that position.
Eric, you said earlier when you were asked about being overrun that it was the front and the back, they were the problems. What specifically was it that those areas of the team weren't doing?
No, they didn't run. Or they run in the wrong moment, too late. And especially the front, and didn't recover.
How disappointing is that? Because that's part of your mantra. You've drilled that into the players quite early on here, that they're not running, not pressing. Why are they not doing that now?
Yeah, it happened. You can't turn it around. It's a demand here if you want to win games. And we were first 35 minutes. We were so good in the game, and we dominated the game totally. We should have scored minimum once, but I think 2. And they were nowhere, nothing. And then things happened in the game, and then they got distracted, not doing the jobs anymore. And there's not a demand from a Manchester United player and from our team. And I'm not used to it from this team, because they always do. And that is what the players or what the fans can expect, and what we have to demand.
Jamie.
Hi, Eric. You lost 3 pre-season games. I know one of those was against Wrexham, with a sort of junior team. You struggled against Wolves, and you've lost this game against Spurs. Why has that happened, considering you've been here a year, you won a trophy last year, the players know what you want, the game plan? Why has it been so flat, particularly in the competitive games in the Premier League?
I don't see the connection between that pre-season game Wrexham, so I can't see that.
The pre-season part, why have you been so flat in the Premier League?
So that's what I say when I came in. We are in those games over the full course. We didn't match the standards we had, but nevertheless we beat Wolves. We played first 35 minutes very good in Spurs, but yeah, the demand for Manchester United is you do it 90 minutes and you do it every game, and no matter what.
So have you basically become angry with your players for that?
I told them, I gave them the feedback that this is not acceptable, and we have to work as a team. We have to do it in togetherness, and everyone individual has to take responsibility. We need accountable players.
Well, and are they big enough to take that responsibility to accept criticism?
Oh yeah, it's so we are in the same boat. So I'm responsible for it. So me as well. We have to do that in togetherness, and we have to face the first 2 games were not good enough, but still we won. And from the other, we can take the positives. If we do the right things in the first 35 minutes, we have a very good team, and we will win games if everyone is doing their thing, their job.
Okay, last 2, Rob, Laurie.
Gary O'Neill after the Wolves game said that he got an apology for the penalty incident at the end. Did you get one for the Spurs one after that?
It happened, and I know in football sometimes the decisions on your side, sometimes it's against you. You have to accept it. Sometimes it's annoying, and yeah, you hope for a consistent line. But as I say, we have to accept it, and still, if the decision is against you, you still have to win.
But is it annoying though that in one instance their manager's got an apology, and in another instance that you haven't had one?
Make your opinion.
Yeah.
Last question.
Hi, Eric. Do you think there's any reason for Luke and Mason picking up these muscle injuries early into the season, and does that affect what you're now doing to the last week of the transfer window?
Yeah, there's always a reason, but you can't avoid it in top football. Players go to the limits, and you see it across all the teams that their injuries are coming. But it's up to our job to do research, to find reasons, and maybe you can learn from it to the future.
And just in terms of I know you've answered about transfers, but just specifically if that affects what you do next week in terms of Luke being out?
But it can be, because I think always we have to anticipate on situations. So if there are opportunities, yes, but it has to be the right player. And yeah, otherwise we have to deal with the current squad. And as I said before, we went through the scenarios before the season in our transfer strategy. And yeah, if that happened, we have the solution.